What's up, fellow gaming warriors? Chief Rocky here with another episode of Empyrion Galactic Survival. And today I'm going to be showcasing my design, again, of course, the TY-1 Argentavis. Now, this ship was originally built, I want to say about a year and a half ago. I made significant changes to it, obviously, to support the new changes in Empyrion, the weight system, and whatnot. But originally I designed this ship kind of like what I envisioned was a transport, kind of like the USS Enterprise on Star Trek, how it had its own shuttle that went in and out of their frigates, right, or their capital ships. That was the same thing I had in mind here. Argentavis being a large bird, that's how I envisioned this. It was a bird, a large SV. Actually, it's small compared to SVs now, but at the time it was pretty big. It carries a lot of weight. It carries troops. So T for troop, Y for utility, right? Being used in various different manners. It has a whole lot of stuff in it. So let's go ahead and go around this thing. So I have it hovering to show you that it can do that, and it does it pretty good. Everything on here is a tier 2, so it is quite expensive. It is easy to obtain before leaving a starter world, if that is a concern for you. It is a level 10 unlock, but here, that's what you're going to need. But some of the things that this thing does for you is just amazing, right? So playing around in on the server, I quickly found out that a lot of these prefabs, even if you change the cargo to the new stuff, it's not going to cut it. You need to gut the entire thrusters out. You need to put new RCSs in there. I had a hard time with a lot of these things, and this thing does the job, and it does it efficiently, effectively. So that little bit of money, or that little bit of extra resources you're going to put into here at Sathium, okay, it's definitely going to be worth it. I'm telling you right now. I struggled trying to leave that that world with the SV from several different SVs from the workshop and from the actual in-game blueprints that they weren't cutting it. They were not cutting it with the weight system turned on. So if you want to play with the weight system, then I highly suggest that you make sure that you look at your thrusters, you look at your weight, right? Make sure that they are you got to have more thrust than the weight, right? So obviously the weight of the ship, it's pushing that up. And then the weight of the cargo. So that adds to the mass, right? So the thrust has to be able to move that mass, period. Now you got to look at, is it overloaded? So if you're overloading your generator, then your fuel consumption is going to go at a much faster rate, right? So you have to look at how much generator power do you have. All this takes into consideration, and a lot of these builds don't do that. This one does. Okay, so let's take a look at it. All right, so it's not a fighter, but it does have miniguns. Why does it have miniguns? So if you are in need of some food, it's a great way to go and kill some of the life forms on the planet, and you could stick it in your refrigerator. All right, plenty of thrusters. As you can see, most of them, I believe, are. So I have a couple jet. Actually, no. This is a regular medium. Here's enclosed medium, thruster small, enclosed medium. And let's take a look here. Thruster small. Okay, so a lot of these are mediums or small, and that's to keep the price down. Okay, even this one I think is a medium. Yep, it's a regular medium. And that, like I said, again, is to keep the price of it down. These are all, I believe, smalls. Yep, small. I only put smalls in the back because I'm really more worried of just lifting off. Okay, if you could keep the ship up, right, it's going to move forward, right? So I'm not really worried about the backwards thrust or the forward thrust. I'm more worried about getting the ship up with all the supplies and the people in there. Okay, and then see some accoutrement here. All right, and the upward thrusters or downward thrusters are encased in these little how can I say that, nacelles. I thought that was a little cool detail. There you go. And obviously you do have a little bit of forward thrust here extra with the medium, just 2, but obviously these are going to do the majority of the job. Alright, let's go in. Obviously this is all obviously synced in. The one bad thing is the way it's mounted, it doesn't do the opposite, so you just got to open it up, but once you leave, it shuts itself. Alright, let's land this thing so we're not burning through the fuel. Which actually, it hasn't burnt that much, and it's been loaded for a minute. Boom. Alrighty. Let's take a look at the fuel consumption. Yeah, it hasn't burnt that much. It's been hovering for, I don't know, since the nighttime because I couldn't record. Let's turn off God mode. Alright, so once you come out of the cargo, the cabin, you will have this little passageway here. However, please make sure that you try to get this even as possible, or you might get stuck here. Okay, it is tight. Now I have these switches. This will turn off the thrusters and the RCSs. That will save you some power, right? So if you're going around doing some stuff and you don't want the stuff in your refrigerator to go bad, you could obviously do that. And then the flying lights as well. The ground lights will obviously turn on the ground searchlights. That's if you're going around looking for something, looking for a place to land, or looking for a place to build, or just scouting around. That is a perfect thing to use. Okay? Alrighty. So, again, built for troop transport, so it has 4 passenger seats. And then it has 2 armor lockers, so you could keep whatever armors you want, and they could load up and get out and do whatever they got to. Alright, it does have a short range warp drive behind this warp fuel tank. 2 more fuel tanks here that you can access. 2 more generators back there. There's more generators on this thing. It has quadruple redundancies. And a constructor. Alright. Plenty of O2 to keep this thing alive. You could literally live out of this thing. You got a ventilator here. You got a ventilator there. Alright, you got more fuel tanks here and here that you could access if you need to physically access them. There they are. Alright, so I have 4 cargo spaces on board. Okay, so this one here is the starboard cabin container. And this one right here holds about roughly a little bit more than your individual person does. That's only because of the refrigerator here. And the refrigerator holds quite a bit, but it's mostly for food. This one holds extensively a lot more, so you could fit like an advanced constructor on this. Alright, so the 2 money makers are right here. Okay, you got your, I think, starboard forward hold, and this one is, yeah, 1,303 volume. And same thing here, 1,303 volume. That's quite a bit. That's quite a bit. Okay, and then obviously you have your ammo here, which holds quite a bit as well. This is just kind of in the way, but it holds like 500. Alright, so let's lift off. Actually, we're going to turn this on, and I'll turn on the ground searchlights and show you guys what that looks like. Obviously, it picks up pretty fast, as you saw. Alright, ground searchlights. Let's get some more. As you can see here, yeah. Okay, it's got lights in every direction. Forward, sides, aft, so you could literally just fly around at night and illuminate everything in the area, right? It's going to show you whatever you want. Think of this thing like a Huey helicopter in Vietnam era, right? It comes in, right? It has a little bit of firepower, obviously not a lot. You know, you're going to use the Cobra attack helicopters to really lay down the law, but this thing is to get into areas that, you know, you can't really access normally, or too scared to access with the HV because you're going to get overrun, right? But this thing can literally find a spot in the foliage. Quickly deploy troops, pick up troops, or stay there for a prolonged period of time and manage whatever resources you got. Alright, and again, I said this thing takes off quick. Okay, pretty fast. It gets off the deck pretty fast. Alright, so it's easy to come in, grab your bros, they get on, they get it seated, and then you're off. So I like it. It's pretty fun. It's actually pretty fun to use. Alright, so one other thing we're going to do is let's show you that at full capacity this thing does its job. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn out the flying lights. We don't need these on anymore. We can keep the flying lights on, but what I'm going to do is let me get in here and I'm going to load it up with the heaviest stuff possible. Xeno steel, is that heavier than combat steel? Alright, so Xeno steel, blah, 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 mass 1.5 ton. 4 ton. Mass 1.5 T. Okay. 4 point. Okay, we're going with this. So, boom. As you can see, it just loaded me up. Okay, fuel also weighs pretty much a lot too. Alright, so here we go. Alright, Gaming Warriors, so I was able to turn on the volume, enable volume weight right here. I had to go in and adjust the YAML files, but I did. So we got true, which is good. Now what I did here is I loaded up. You can see this is maxed out with combat steel. It's the heaviest. I've already showed you guys that. Same here. Same here. And same here. And then I even went over here and 8. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take off and see if it affects it in any way. Alright, still able to take off pretty quick. Now one thing I did notice is this. It's a little bit sluggish to go forward, but it does, and that's a great thing. The other thing I noticed is it likes to slide. So turning side to side, it's a little slower, and it slides a little bit more. Other than that, this thing, you could go to a planet, load it up with whatever resources, whatever ores you got from mining, and head right into outer space. So the TY-1 is definitely able to perform at what I designed it to do. I hope that you guys like it. I'm putting the blueprint here in the description below. So feel free to subscribe to it and to test it out. I hope you like it. I hope you like this video. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and follow me on Steam as I upload some more of my fantastic designs. No, I'm not doing my PvP stuff. I'm just letting you know right now. If you want to see the PvP stuff, then commit to O+S. If not, then you're not seeing any of my PvP designs. However, I might release this beautiful base design over here, Outpost X-Ray. Still deciding on that one. Anyhow, this is the TY-1 Argentavis. That's all I got. Chief Rocky out.